How do you feel about a 4-day work week? Working a 5-day work week just makes life seem so much more pointless. By the time I get the other things I need to do, grocery shopping, appointments, etc. done, it's Sunday night. A 4-day work week might give me time to play the piano I bought to combat depression. Edit. Thanks for all the love, guys. I really needed it. My employer gives us every other Friday off. We work 80 hours over 9 days MTH. It's really helpful to have those Fridays to schedule appointments, and I have less desire to burn PTO throughout the year just to take a much needed Friday off through the end of October. I had only used 2.5 PTO hours for the year, mostly for doctor's visits. The only real downside is that on the Fridays that we do work, nobody wants to do anything. My company switched to 4 10-hour days. We are diesel technicians and work 7-5-30. Half of us work Monday through Thursday and the other half work Tuesday through Friday. We have did this for over 2 years and we all love it. It is so nice to have a 3-day weekend every week. Another thing about it that is nice is, if you doctor's appointment or something, I can make it on a Monday and don't have to miss any work. Plus I forgot to mention, having a 2-month this helps out a ton. More time for me to be with my wife and daughter. And if there is a lot to do, I can just come in on Monday and boom 10 hours of overtime. I would probably hate Mondays less. Life would be that much better. I would have somewhere around 50 extra days a year to do all the yard work and home projects that I don't want to spend all weekend doing. They talked about this in the 70s. Yay, everyone said. My dad did it. He worked 4 12+ hour days and took off Friday. Everyone else was like, if I work the 12 hours the 4 days plus another 12, I can make even more money. Yay. Provided there's no drop in salary. F-king brilliant. I would gladly work 4 10-hour days. To have an extra day off. 2-day weekends are too short. They're gone just as soon as you start to feel comfortable. I work 4 10s a week instead of the usual 8 5s, and I f-king love it. 2 extra hours each shift is easily worth a 3-day weekend. Feel like I actually get a break from work each week. My BF works 4 10s and it's a total game changer. It's adjusted his schedule, so he wakes up at earlier hours on his days off, which gives him more day in his day, on top of already having an extra one. I'm self-employed, and I try to have all my work done by Fridays. So we usually get 3-day weekends together, which also makes taking short trips easier without missing any work. It also opens up a weekday for him to do certain things that have more limited hours on weekends, like appointments and whatnot. Edit. Typo. Given that we now have more people in the workforce and supposedly more productivity because of automation, we ought to be dropping down to 32-hour weeks to compensate for the changes in our household structures. Used to do a 12-hour day 3 days a week. It was glorious. I not only think it would be great, I think we should go further and eliminate required work hours for certain jobs altogether. Most office jobs can easily be done from home with a phone and a working internet connection. There's no reason to force people to commute and sit on a cubicle for hours and hours every week just so bosses can make sure they're working. That's 1919 thinking, not 2019 thinking. When you hire me, you should pay me X amount of dollars for Y amount of work. Whether it takes me 12 hours a week or 54 hours a week to get it done, my salary X never changes. And any free time is my own. I think it's less about 4-day work weeks, but more about work-life balance. For people that's already working more than 10 hours day or no pay overtimes, or working during holidays, working 4 days a week means very little. In terms of climate change, it'd be about 20% less CO2 emissions from commuters, which is nice. I feel that 3 days off in a row actually feels like 2 days off, and 2 days of in a row actually feels like 1 day off. Got all your work done? Yup. We expecting any more to come in today? Nope. Anything else you can help on? Nope. Okay, see you tomorrow. These should be our work days. IDK'd rather just not work at all. Also, how do you feel about op asking questions that they know for a fact that virtually all Reddit agrees on, but asks anyway for karma and attention? As long as it is for 8-hour days with no change in pay, I can get the same amount of work done in 32 hours as I get done in 40. This keeps coming up, and I'll keep getting buried, but I will keep saying it. A 4-day work week should be 4 8s, not 4 10s. For some people 4 10s is better than 5 8s, and that's fine. But nearly every study on productivity, happiness, flexibility, revenue, etc. that deals with a 4-day work week studies 4 8s, not 4 10s. The entire theory is that 40-hour work weeks are excessive for many modern jobs. Cramming the same hours into fewer days completely misses the point. I would do some or all of the following: cook more, play more competitive video games, join a band, play dodgeball, go to the doctor dentist once in a while, travel out of state more often. I've been dreaming about everyone besides emergency responders OFC having Wednesdays consistently off. That would be an absolute dream, and the health benefits of it mentally as well as physically would be well worth it, even to employers, even if they don't try to force their employees to make up for that time by working longer on other days. I believe that in many professions, the profits that are lost by giving people another day off midweek would more than pay for themselves in employee satisfaction, loyalty, motivation, and less need for medical leave. I have thoughts on emergency responders and businesses that organize themselves around people having free time too, but yeah, let it be just said that there are very few people in the world who truly need to go shopping at 8 PM on a Saturday. I absolutely support it. There's so much evidence that backs the benefits up, but agree with the comments about lower paid workers just working more at other jobs. This system is good in theory for salaried workers, but not so much for hourlies, unless their wages were adjusted accordingly. I also think it would affect newer members entering the workforce. It's illegal to roll someone's payback for doing the same job they've always done in my country at least. Some conditions may apply, but what's to stop companies from hiring new entry levels at a percentage less? There would have to be regulation and laws against it. Cost of living doesn't go down just because your hours do.